fraud, violations of the Tennessee Consumer Protection Act, breach of contract, and negligence. All of these are causes of action in our countersuit. In early 2022, our attorneys sent a demand letter to Regency requesting compliance with the warranty provisions in the contract as Regency was refusing to address some of our warranty items. In response, Regency sued me. This summer, we had our foundation trenched, and what we found was a litany of code violations to include footings that did not meet the minimum depth requirements per International Residential Code or Shelby County Adopted Code, which is 13 inches below grade on undisturbed soil since ours was not properly compacted. We also discovered that the footings were not continuous and they contained gaps. In one location, it was at least 10 inches wide and 11 inches deep. It's important to understand that what we're looking at right here is a 4-foot buildup above native soil. Native soil all the way down here is 4 feet lower. As of last month, we also now have an answer as to why the property was most likely built up 4 to 6 feet. Disclosure of this information should have been provided to us, along with the percolation test and the original soil sample test. Here is another trenched area to expose footing. As you can see from the photos, the footings do not meet the industry standard for depth into undisturbed or properly compacted soil, and they do not meet the protrusion requirements. After the foundation was poured and prior to closing, we had a lot of concerns about our foundation, from the honeycombing and the potential water intrusion to just the poor quality and exposed rebar. And we still had no answers at that time about why they built the foundation pad up 4 to 6 feet above native soil. So we did what any person would do, and we hired a highly recommended local engineer. The engineer knew who the builder was, they knew what our concerns were, and at no point before, during, or after we hired them did they disclose to us that they had an ongoing relationship with Regency and that they do business regularly with Regency. We only found out when they showed up at our house to give an opinion for Regency about the belly and the trench in the center of our house. The ethical violation and the lack of disclosure is inexcusable. So let's go back to the very beginning with this foundation. More fraud has occurred because AFA Engineering has not been licensed in the state of Tennessee since 2004. How then did their firm inspect my foundation and bill Regency for a foundation survey? Even more concerning is Ms. Prather's response to all of this. According to the laws and regulations that govern engineers in the state of Tennessee, you must be the engineer in responsible charge at the firm to supervise somebody who is not an engineer. And while there are some additional nuances surrounding that, and none of them apply here, then there's the matter of the engineering letter not making it into the county's hands until several months after we closed on our home. How did we ever get to framing, or a framing inspection, or a certificate of occupancy for my VA loan without having a foundation certification? Because of Regency's ethical and code violations, as well as outright fraud and fraudulent inducement, we are now left with a home that is actively failing at its foundation. We attempted mutual cancellation of the contract prior to closing, but Regency refused. And most of you are probably thinking, well, why not just walk away? Well, we couldn't walk away because Regency had $168,000 of our upgrade money. Because I am using a VA loan, they required 100% of all the upgrades up front. If I had used a conventional loan, it would have been 50%. That is what's written in their contract. And I cannot simply walk away from $168,000. Unfortunately, the problems began immediately after closing. If you've seen the video from February 2025, Regency had employees or subcontractors in our house working after closing on Friday and Saturday because we did not get the keys until Monday. Day 3 after moving into our house, the damaged dishwasher that we had pointed out as problematic several times flooded our kitchen, and it just got worse from there. I'm only going to name a few things right now.
Do you need this one or no?
Hold on, buddy. That's not good.
The roof has leaked several times, our back patio is failing, and it has caused several toe injuries. After we finally got our kitchen put back together, after 3 months of construction in it, all 4 of our toilets started backing up and overflowing. And then we discovered the cause of that was a belly in the center of our concrete slab.
6.5.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That we had to fix by chopping a 26-foot long by 3-foot wide trench through the center of our home. The list simply never ends. Our contract requires mandatory arbitration, and in any normal circumstance, arbitration would be faster, less stringent on the rules and regulations, and much less expensive. However, that is not the case here, as Regency is a multi-million-dollar company that has been able to monopolize and control the entire situation to drag it out as long as possible and make it as expensive as possible for us. We were told in the beginning that Regency's main goal was going to be to wear us out of patience and money, and those people, they were not wrong. What we need more than anything right now is for this story to get in front of the right people, the right veterans advocacy group, the right people with the authority to do something about this fraud and negligence and fraudulent inducement and blackmail in the state of Tennessee. Please help us by sharing our story and asking your friends and family to share our story. And please check out and share our website, regencyhomebuildersexposed.com.